Well, good morning. Here it is. Excuse me. Here it is. It's Friday. We've made it to Friday of this first week of January. Today's January the 5th, and I certainly hope that you had a good Thursday. I hope that you were hopefully successful and getting some things done and working toward the weekend. And now here it is. God has given us the breath to breathe, here on this Friday morning. And it's another day of opportunities as we look toward the weekend. But anyway, I hope that you're doing well this morning. I hope that you were able to sleep well and now are well rested and ready to tackle the opportunities that God has given us. This morning, I want to bring or share with you a devotional entitled "Resolution, Not Resolutions." In Daniel chapter 1, verses 12 and 13, it says, "Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water," Daniel said. "At the end of the 10 days, see how we look compared to the other young men who are eating the king's food. Then make your decision in light of what you see." Now, what was the real temptation for Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? I mean, they had refused the food and wine, from King Nebuchadnezzar's, table, and they had chosen water and vegetables instead. But it wasn't just a matter of the food, and it wasn't because they liked only vegetables and water. I mean, rather they were taking a stand on a principle. The real temptation was this: eating the king's food was the way to climb the corporate ladder in Babylon. You see, it was like refusing the boss's invitation to lunch. So why would they say no? For whatever reason they did. It was important enough for them to, take a stand on the matter. They wouldn't make, this compromise. And by doing so, they didn't advance as quickly maybe as they could have. But, in the same way, we can struggle, with the temptation to compromise. It might be, the temptation to lie on a resume in order to get a job, or, the temptation to maybe embellish ourselves so that people will, maybe like us more. Or, it might be the temptation to cut corners on a job to make more money, even though it's unsafe. It could be the temptation to maybe go a little further with a girlfriend or boyfriend in the hope of gaining, their love. We all face, the temptation to compromise. However, it's the little things that, ultimately lead, to the big things. It's the gray areas that ultimately lead, to the black and white areas. And that's why we must look at things carefully and ask, is this a good or a bad thing for me? Is this a compromise before the Lord? When we come to those gray areas of life, we wonder, whether something is acceptable to God. Well, I think it's a good idea to ask ourselves 4 questions. Number 1, does it build me up spiritually? Number 2, does it bring me under its power? Number 3, do I have an uneasy conscience about it? Number 4, could it cause someone to stumble? Now, here's the wrong question to ask. Can I do this and still be a Christian? The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20, "Don't you realize that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourself, for God bought you with a high price, so you must honor God with your body." Character is not made in a crisis. It's only exhibited. It may be manifested in the great moments, but it's made in the small ones. I mean, do you have that character, or are you compromising in your life as a Christian? Are you doing what is right? Even in the little things. Because you see, if you don't deal with compromising the little things, it will lead to the big things. And that's why it's a good time at the beginning of the year, to have some resolution. Not a bunch of silly resolutions, that make you that you make and can't keep. Resolution is purpose, commitment, and it's dedication to doing the right thing. Because if you compromise now, you'll regret it later. And that's my hope and my prayer is that we would be, committed with the purpose of following God in everything that we do, throughout, this year of 2024. I hope that encourages you here on this Friday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And as always on Friday, if you, find yourself close to Hydro on Sunday morning and you don't have a place to worship, come join us at Hydro First Baptist Church. We'd love for you to come and worship with us. But anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys. We're praying for you, and we'll see you soon. God bless you.